Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy DatManJB, and today we're here with another PvP video or guide or whatever you want to call it. For today's video, I want to be covering everything that is Juggernaut related and Guardian when it comes to the DPS classes. So we'll be going over Vengeance / Vigilance or Rage / Focus. So we'll be covering both of the classes. I will be using the Guardian class, but I'll be sure to, swap between the different ability names when I'm calling out these abilities. I should be able to do that because I play Juggernaut 24/7. But yeah, so we'll be going over all the different strategies and, tacticals and implants, set bonus implants that I run when running in Warzones and arenas. So yeah, we'll be covering that in this video, and yes, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you guys do, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube, and if you guys like the content, if you like watching me, you can follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/DatManJB, where I'm live 3 or 4 times a week. Anyways, though, with that being said, let's get on to the video. Here, y'all. Peace. Okay, so covering the first class we have for Guardian, or the first loadout we have for Vengeance or Guardian, Vigilance, or Juggernaut Vengeance. We have, I'd say, the Root 1v1 class. So this class or loadout is very interchangeable, kind of, sort of, for 2 things. One, you can either run Gather Strength. Yeah, I'd say you could either run Gather Strength, which when your movement is impaired, you gain 10% damage for your next ability. So say you're going against a Madness Sork, Hatred, or maybe even a sniper, because they have a lot of slowing and rooting abilities. You gain a lot of procs from Gather Strength, allowing your next ability to do an insane amount of damage. So the main objective of this class is to be a very pain in the side for somebody, whether it be a mobile character like a Sork, or someone like maybe a Merc, or a snipers can kind of get out of the fight whenever they want, or a Mara for example. So what this class thrives off of is, with level 27, you have the ability Deliberating Slashes, which is when Blade Barrage, when you use Blade Barrage or Ravage, your that ability immobilize the target for 3 seconds and generates 1 focus. So the big thing with this ability is that you want to focus on oh, sorry, 1 second. There we go. You want to focus on getting the person always rooted. So you get a root from your Force Leap, then you can use your Blade Barrage, come in with a Phantasma Blade, then you can go in with a Blade Storm, and then a Overhead Slash to get all of your dots procced. And I didn't even mention the tactical. I am sorry. So for your tactical, you're going to be running Heroic Slash, and the reason you're going to be running this tactical is because, as you read, Blade Barrage refreshes the duration of Blade Storm, Overhead Slash, and Plasma Brand. So Plasma Brand, Shatter, Overhead Slash is your Impale, and Blade Storm is your Force Scream. So refresh all of your dots when you cast Blade Barrage / Ravage, and you see why this is your root class, be a pain in someone's side class, is because you're able to not only refresh all your dots with Blade Barrage / Ravage, but you're also able, paired with the level 27 ability tree option, Deliberating Slash, immobilize the target for 3 seconds and generate 1 focus when you use Blade Barrage or Ravage. So this is why this is the 1v1 root pain to range players class. It's exactly where if a sniper gets out of cover, if a Sork is getting tunneled, or if a Mara is getting tunneled as well, this is what you use to get them stuck in place and have them be able to take damage. That way they're not moving and negating all your team's damage. That is why we use that tactical. As for the ability trees, like you said, you can see here, Deliberating Slash, 23 for extra critical. That way your Burning Focus / Blood Rage comes off cooldown quicker. More dot critical, and then critical conditions is where you get your extra HP. You can run Searing Meditation if it's arena. I say you could run Searing Meditation. It's not a bad one since you're not gonna be able to spam your cut to pieces to stay alive. So you might as well just do as much burning damage as you can possible. So this could be good. Some people use Force Clarity or Fierce Power. So it's either Force Clarity or Fierce Power. Some people use it. I don't really know. I've never tested it. I could test it out if you guys want me to and make a video on that if you guys are ever interested, or if some of you guys have used it and you found it to be good. But yeah, like I said, use you could use, in my opinion, Searing Meditation for arenas, but in general, it's easier to use Critical Condition for the extra HP. For 51, again, for 51, you go Batting Command. You want to get your Force Sleep, Force Charge off cooldown as quick as possible, and then War Master for the immunity, Blade Barrage for that mobility, and then for this build, I recommend using either Gather Strength or Through Peace. Though actually, all three are playable. I think in general, if you're gonna run anything, it's better in general just to run Purifying Sweep or Gather Strength. Through Peace, you can't use in arena as much because you're not going to stay alive long enough, and if you do, then the fight's usually going to be over unless it's a tank healer game. But yeah, I'd recommend mainly Purifying Sweep if I had to say one, because Gather Strength is based off your abilities doing a lot of damage, have your abilities do damage, but your abilities aren't the main focus of doing damage. It's just your dots that's supposed to be the main heavy hitters. Purifying Sweep, however, is a debuffer for all the enemies around, because when you use this, and everyone in the area that gets hit by your Vigilant Thrust or Vengeance Slam gets Sunder on their armor, allowing them to take more damage from force attacks and force tech abilities and tech abilities. So that's the tactical and that's the ability tree. As for the implants, I just recommend going Precision Strike and Fearless Victory. You're meant to be a annoyance. But you can run Second Wind. It's another class that can run Second Wind because if you're running Warzone, that is. I think also you could probably use this in arena too. Honestly, you probably could, because if you're able to finally get that one target out the way, then you get another 20% HP and you're able to kite with that 75% movement speed. It could work. It could work if you want to try it out. But in general, I just use this basic old to Champion Precision and Fearless Victor. All you're mainly trying to do, as you saw in the cutscene or the cut, is just you're trying to hinder. So you want to start off with your Blade Barrage, get in with your Sundering, Plasma Brand, what's the other one called? Shatter, Blade Storm, Force Scream, and then Overhead Slash, Impale. And then get your dots applied, and boom, now you have all your dots applied, and then you can reapply your Blade Barrage for another route. So boom, just like that, you've had 2 routes applied, 3 routes actually. Your Force Sleep, your Blade Barrage, then your Plasma Brand to Ravage come off cooldown, to then have your third route as well. And on top of that, you can then pop your Whirling Blade, which gives a 30% slow on top of all the routes you have. So you're just gonna be a constant pest and hindering people from, being able to get out the way and to kite or Overhead Slash, which gives beating down, which increases your melee attacks. So overall, just a very hindrance class that is very helpful for your team and yourself, your team and your own damage. So yep, that is the up and personal, leaving no room, no breathing room for your opponent, Hamalik / loadout. Okay, so next up we have the damage farming class, the damage farming spec or loadout that everyone knows and loves. That's about getting that high damage from your cut to pieces, which is your Vigilant Thrust or Vengeance Slam spam ability. So for this loadout, same as always, critical conditions. It's just you want critical conditions. It's your, I think no matter what, just take it. That way you're unstoppable force with a tank healer, with or without a tank healer. Burning for offense to get for more critical. Branding Smite for critical. Blade Burst for spreading your dots. And same old. Purifying Sweep. Purifying Sweep is what increases your damage for your Vigilant Thrust, which is going to be your spamming ability. It increases your damage And I'm pretty sure I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it increases your dots as well. For the tactical that makes this class overpowered is loadout do crazy damage. You're going to be using cut to pieces, which is when a burn tick critically hits, it reduces the cooldown of your vigilant thrust by 1 second. So this does two things. Or actually, I should say your dots critically critting does two things. One, it reduces the cooldown of your vigilant thrust / vengeance slam, and two, it reduces the cooldown of your burning focus / blood rage, because whenever you critically hit with a burn effect, you reduce the cooldown of your burning focus / blood rage by 1 second. And on top of that, it also purges your movement impairment effects and heals you for at most 20% HP. So now you see why, if you can get a lot of dot spread on, just know you can get a lot of damage out. If I'm not showing you a clip already, just know the sky's the limit. Just to see how much it's doing for this. So this is gonna be for this loadout. I'm not gonna show the rotation yet. For the implants, just go. I mean, you just need to make sure you go Champion's Precision. After that, you have the freedom to go run Second Wind if you want, either Second Wind, or you can run Sick with Fearless Victor. Just those are your only two. I'd say I wouldn't go with anything else if I'm being honest. You know, one thing I would be interested in trying out is Berserker's Berserk, I think it's just called Berserker's package. That way you could increase your damage by 3%, but I'd only test that if you have a healer. That's the only time I test that. But I would be interested to see how much it would do if you had that instead of your Fearless Victor, because your Fearless Victor does nothing. It's basically an empty slot. But that would be interesting to see, that 30% damage increase. I might have to try that one day if I ever get a healer or a tank to help pocket. All you're trying to do is just get your Vigilant Thrust come off cooldown as quick as possible. So you see here, I'm gonna get my energy and apply all of my dots, and then immediately have them burst, so you can have that big burst damage. And like you see, I'm just applying my dots and then applying a slam. Apply my dots, getting some energy, and then applying slams. Oh, but it's always important that you get your dots off first. Your dots are more important than your slam, if they have not spread already. If you already have like your dot spread on one other enemy, then you don't have to worry about it's on the rest, because when you slam, you'll have them spread on the other enemies again soon enough. So yeah, that is the rotation of this is the focus of this loadout. I really don't ever try out the Searing Meditation or the one that doesn't give you HP, because I just like to feel safe and make sure I'm always gonna stay alive. If you have a healer, then hey, do what you gotta do. That's how I'm gonna be. That's how this loadout plays. This is the crazy high damage burst potential loadout. If you're going into a group setting, then yeah, I recommend probably having this as one of your DPSs, because the potential on cut to pieces, vengeance / vigilance is just insane. Okay, so for next we have the Enrage Crush, the damage farming, or the AoE damage farming loadout for focus / rage. You see the tactical is going to be Enrage Crush, and the two implants are going to be Champion's Precision and Fearless Victor. You can change out Fearless Victor or you can go Second Wind. The only time you only use Second Wind is in Warzones, because in arenas you're usually the first one to go either way. So using Second Wind rarely is that much of a helpfulness, because you just need to get your damage and deal as much as you can. If you're gonna do arenas, I think the best bet of if you're gonna use another tactical for arenas, if you don't like really using melee, it would have to be Nimble Master, where you activating Saber Ward increases your movement speed by 100% for the duration of Saber Ward. I do wish that they could add on to that, like, you know, granting movement immunity to movement impairment effects, or something like that. But yeah, I stick with these two loadout, or these two in general, because swapping in and out in Second Wind sometimes can get difficult to remember. So I usually do go these two. But yeah, this is for the Enrage Crush, or AoE farm class, which mainly you could do in arena sometimes, but it's mainly for Warzones to use this loadout. So for this loadout, everything's usually the same. You're gonna go Blade Burst. The only time you ever use Deliberating Slash is for Vengeance or Vigilance. Those are the only times I recommend it. Outside of it, it's kind of not good. And that's for when you use Homolic Slash. Yeah, I go Blade Burst, the one that Blade Storm Force Scream slows you or slows the enemy for 50% for 6 seconds. Then I go Zenith, or the one that increases your. Oh, like these are all the common ones. These are all the well-known ones. I use Purifying Sweep for this class. The reason being is all of your biggest abilities are your force abilities. So if we go Leap In, our main abilities are going to be Force Exhaustion, which is a force ability, Blade Storm, which is a force ability, Focus Burst, which is a force ability, and that's about it. Like your Concentrate slash and your Obliterate or slash Zilius Leap, and your Dispatch are both all melees. However, the main abilities you want to be charging up and doing a lot of damage with is your Force Sweep and your Focus Burst. So since those are your biggest abilities, I recommend going Purifying Sweep. There are in some cases where you can go the other two. There's really nothing stopping you if you're going against like a Madness Orc or a Hatred or anything like that, or a Gunsling or a Saboteur. So I go Purifying Sweep. It's the best thing for me. And the main way you use this, the main way of using this loadout is just by either running in and using your Force Sweep to then use your Force Sweep to then go and use your Force Exhaustion and then use Focus Burst / Enrage Crush. Or you can just jump in, go in, use your Force Exhaustion or your Force Crush to then use your Focus Burst / Enrage defense. The only thing I say is be wary of is that people know if you use your Obliterate, if you use your Obliterate / Zilius Leap, they usually can predict that you're going to use your Focus Burst next. Just be careful of that. Be wary. That's why it's kind of hard to use Focus Enrage Crush in your opener, is because people predict it. They kind of know it. They've seen this class so many times. They've come to the point where they've predicted it. So yeah, that's the main thing of your class, just to get so much AoE out. So if you see a bunch of enemies around you, I start off personally with a Force Sweep, but if it's just one person, I go in with a Focus Burst. That's usually your best bet. With Enrage Crush, you're just trying to go in, do your Focus Burst, and just keep on farming your AoE. I like go in, get a whole bunch of enemies around, use your Force Sweep, Enrage Force Sweep, and use your Focus Burst, then try and use your Blade Storm to get some AoE. So you have your Force Sweep, then you have your Enrage Crush or your Focus Burst / Raging Burst with your, then on top of that you have your Blade Storm to give you AoE. Then by the time all that's done, you probably take enough damage where you then can leap to the next person, which will then give you a stack of Felling Blow or Dominate. That's what it is on Juggernaut side. So yeah, that's basically how the loadout for Enrage Crush, how you're gonna be focusing. Like I said, focus on AoE, focus on this is gonna be unpopular opinion, but I recommend starting off with a Force Sweep if there's a lot of enemies nearby. So if not, then I recommend you just go in with your Enrage Crush, go in and proc your Enrage Crush, go in with then a Blade Storm, a Concentrate Slash, Dispatch, and then your Repost. By all that time, to be honest, you already have your Force Sweep off cooldown, which then you can go back in, use your Force Sweep, and then go in for Enrage Crush. The reason why I don't recommend opening up with your Focus Burst, then trying to get a proc of Felling Blow or Dominate Force Sweep, because there is a proc called Zenith or Dark Synergy on Empire, where it gives you 6 seconds of critical chance when you cast your Focus Burst, Raging Burst, or your Force Sweep or your Force Slam. So you don't want to use your Force Sweep too quick, because you want to make sure you have that Zenith / Dark Synergy just always proccing. You just always want it to be up and available. That way you're always just dealing critical damage. That's just all you want to do. You want to make sure you're getting your AoE from your Sweep Slam, your Enrage Crush, and your Blade Storm. Okay, so your next loadout is your Cauterized coronary loadout. It's mainly about forcing the enemy. You're going to be going on one target, forcing that one target, to cause some pressure, use your DCDs, get them low, get them out quickly, hopefully as soon as possible. There's actually 2 of these type of like single target pressure abilities. but this is the one usually most people know of. They use Cauterized coronary when they're going to PvE because it's just extra damage. So the main goal of this rotation is just you're trying to focus on single target damage. So you're gonna see I'm gonna go in, get my instant damage ability, cast my Cauterized, and then just do all add a bunch of damage. You see I'm just always having damage procced with my Cauterized and whatnot. So yeah, this is all this ability this class is based off of is constant damage with mobility from its mad dash, its combat focus, or whatever it's called on the for your juggernaut. Yeah, so for your tactical or bonus set, you're going to be running again Fearless Victor and Champion's Precision. You can kind of run Second Wind, but it's kind of hard. You don't have that same damage threat that you have with like killing threat that you do with Enrage Crush. With Enrage Crush, you can do the instant burst damage, give you the HP back that you needed, and go on to the next enemy. But with this, it's just extra like dot damage. Like if you really look at it, I'll even add the critical. It's gonna be just like what 5-6k dot, 10k, but that's only because I have the low dummy with less armor. In general, this is just a super high damaging burst class, so the extra damage does help out. For most parses, when you look at it, they usually get plus 2k extra damage, so it usually goes from 34k parse to a 36k parse. That's with gold augments. But here's the tactical is concentrated slice. Concentrated slice adds a burn, so you just add your concentrated your cauterized coronary burn or dot with your fourth exhaustion for 2 dots. Pretty good. I mean, if I just had to look, it would be, I mean, I'll even add the extra damage, 9k plus another 9k, so that's like 20k dots just alone right there, so it's not bad. But the reason you guys see me tame right now is because the next tactical or the next loadout is gonna be super insane and way better, in my opinion, than the cauterized coronary loadout. This next one is going to be high burst and constant high damaging numbers with also a plenty of kill potential. Now last but not least, we have the Sin Second Amulet tactical, which is in my opinion just the perfect counter to so many classes. So let's read it. It says Repost refunds 1 focus and finishes the cooldown of concentrated slice. Let me just show you guys. So when I go in, usually your usual loadout is to go in, use your focus burst, then use your concentrated slash, then you can use your Repost, and then boom, your concentrated slash is back on off cooldown, and you get another 84 or 60k damaging ability. So yeah, look at this. You get 70k, 62k, and then another 60, 70k damage. So boom, it's a big ability, and it's melee. Usually melee is not that good against heavy armor enemies, so like a PT, but against medium to low heavy light armor enemies, perfect. It's great. So I definitely recommend trying out this tactical because it works phenomenally. Phenomenally with against squishies. Against snipers, you can use your Repost, and this cannot be parried, it cannot be dodged or missed. It is guaranteed damage that is gonna for sure deal damage to them, allowing them to just not let their surrenders are just kind of invalid. They're not important, which is why I really recommend this one. Super good for the loadout. Everything's the same. The only thing I might say you could add is gather strength. If arena, I think gather strength is really good, and purify sweep is just always good for Warzones. Warzones, I go there to damage farm. You could, if you want to survive and stay alive longer, you can go through peace or whatever it is. Is it passion? Something passion. For your implants, just go the same 2. However, I do think with this class having a lot more burst and damage capability, with its just back-to-back concentrated slices with Repost guaranteed hits, Repost or retaliation being guaranteed hits, I recommend you could use second win in your Warzones. In your Warzones, use second win. You're gonna get so many kills in this class with this loadout. I've seen my kills get be doubled when I run this tactical. Really good. So that is gonna do it for all of the classes and all of the loadouts for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We're gonna have another video coming out. I think we're gonna probably do either a Juggernaut slash Guardian tank guide, or we'll do a Sin Shadow tank guide. Those will be very interesting. What's it called? Defense or not defense? Kinetic and it is kinetic combat or darkness for the Sin Assassin Shadow. So those will be interesting videos if we get those out. There's hopefully we can get a guy that knows a person that knows a lot about PvP or darkness. His name is Sephrix. We'll see if we can get him in. But yeah, that is gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. I just wanted to get this video out and you know, give you guys some more PvP knowledge, because like I said, the PvP in this game is just super fun, something I can play 24/7. And like I said, I just want to apply some knowledge. If you guys have any questions or found this video helpful, feel free to, you know, to post in the comments that, you know, how this video was helpful to you guys, or any information you guys want to add as well. And like I said, y'all be sure, if you guys do enjoy, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and subscribe or follow the YouTube or the Twitch, twitch.tv/DatManJB. But with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Much love, y'all. Take care, y'all. Peace.